It's install time, boys. All right, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the first install video of the FJ. For those of you that are new here, my name is Ty. This is my 07 Toyota FJ, and today we're gonna be installing a big old stinky light bar. Oh, I missed it. On the roof of the FJ. This install is gonna be a little bit universal for everyone who's gonna have different roof racks and that kind of thing, but I'm gonna kind of show you how I'm gonna run the wiring and everything through the headliner, which is the most important part of doing this install. You're gonna need a couple of different things to get everything going. Number one, you're gonna need a wiring harness. The one that I've got here, I will link in the description. This is a new bright LED light bar harness with a switch. We're gonna be replacing this switch with an OEM style Toyota switch, and I'll show you guys how to do that as well. You're gonna need a set of rubber grommets, depending on what size your wiring is. The reason I have rubber grommets is because I'm going to be installing the light bar on the front above the windshield of the FJ, and I'm gonna be running the wiring through the roof. So we're gonna be drilling holes. We're gonna do this kind of as OEM plus as physically possible by using rubber grommets. We're also gonna use a little bit of silicone. I'll show you guys what silicone I'll use in a second. And then obviously you're gonna need your light bar with your mounts of choice. However, you're gonna depend, that was really bad English. However, it depends, you're going to be, however you choose, there we go, there's better English, to mount your light bar on your FJ. So we're gonna start by obviously getting in the FJ, taking the front or the entire headliner out, whichever you're gonna wanna do. I'll show you how to do both. And then we're gonna drill some holes, run some wiring, and then throw our light bar on the roof. So without further ado, let's jump inside the FJ and start taking stuff apart. All right, so lucky enough for us, because of how beautifully easy it is to work on Toyotas, you're gonna need pretty much 3 tools to take the entire headliner out. There might be some small other ones that I might convince you guys to use. The main 3 that you're gonna need: a trim tool or something kind of just with like a flat edge that isn't going to mess up all of the little plastic parts that are in the FJ. Phillips head screwdriver, simple enough. If you don't know what a Phillips is, I don't know why you'd be doing this, but just kidding. It's a little cross-headed guy, like that. And then a tiny little flathead or a pick or something, just to be able to remove the little screw cap covers from all the various parts of the FJ. So to get the headliner out in the front, that's the main part of what we're gonna need to get access to, because we need to be able to basically run the wires from this side here up on the roof, because we're gonna be drilling in somewhere about, I wanna say about like right here, run the wires down into the A pillar and then down into the bottom area to run it to the switch, which is here, and then back out to the battery, which I already have a hole for my ditch lights. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna remove the visor, the oh shit handle here, and the oh shit handle here, followed by the A pillar for the front. And then I'm going to basically mirror everything I do on this side on the other side. So get to removing everything really quick. And luckily for us FJ owners, we have a convenient little glove box to throw everything into when you're not using it. Visor off. Now oh shit handle number 1. Followed by oh shit handle number 2. Now just something to note, the front and the top are literally the exact same, so it's not really too big of a deal which one goes back where. The next thing with removing the mirror is the little latch here. So with these, you just turn it 90 degrees to the left and it pulls right out. So like lefty-loosey 90 degrees, and then you pull it out. The next big thing is the rear view mirror. So I have a little bit of a like an overlanding thing that like I mount my VHF and a whole bunch of stuff too. So for the normal mirror, you just pull the cap off that's up here that covers the stem of the mirror, and then it's 2 Phillips once again. Super easy. So that's the front of the FJ, everything that you need to disassemble. So once again, mirror, rear view, oh shit handle number 2, oh shit handle, not handle, handle number one, and then I will now pull the A-pillar. So you're gonna grab the piece, if you had one, like I said, the trim tool. One thing to keep in mind is we are messing around with stuff that has airbags in the area, so I do advise to disconnect your battery if you don't feel confident with not setting off an airbag. Just like that. Just pops right off. So now we've basically got access to the front section of the headliner that we need. I'm gonna go ahead and pull off the passenger side now, and then I'm also going to remove, there is this section, this piece right here has to come out, so you need to open the door, and then everything unscrews from the bottom, and then you can release the headliner from basically the left side, other than all the way to the back, which if we need to do it, I'll show you how, but I'm gonna go ahead and mimic the other side now, and then I will come back. So the headliner is undone all the way from the front A-pillar to the B-pillar, and we haven't gone back all the way to the C-pillar in the back because we haven't really needed to. But we then also just took out the interior map light, or whatever you want to call it. This has a little, some clips that you have to slide in. This little thing, that tab, you just push it in on both sides and it'll fall out. And then the headliner kind of just gets low enough for us to get in there. So the next step is we are taking the roof rack mounts out. Now everyone's roof rack mounts are going to look slightly different, because if you have a factory roof rack, it'll have the tubes that go all the way up. I have a 3-piece roof rack that uses the factory bolt-in locations. So I'm just undoing these bolts here, and then we're going to evaluate where we're going to drill our hole to run the wiring. So do that, and then oh yeah, we're drilling the hole now, by the way. So we're going right in between the two mounts here, just because we can kind of tuck it underneath the plate when we're done, and we're gonna cut like a channel and everything in there to do the wiring. So dude, the truck's gonna look so sick with a light bar on it.
Yeah. Go around blinding everyone more than you already are.
Hell yeah, brother. Actually, I'm gonna get a stronger drill. Yeah. You don't need safety equipment. Boom. We are through.
Nice.
Into the truck. Alright, so now we're stepping, so we're going to a bigger size now. So we're just gonna sand it. Imagine if I just like straight up went through where the airbag was.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Do you have the do you have the side window ones?
I don't know. I think so. I just don't know where they are. Yay! Very good.
Nice.
Alright, so we've got everything apart. We got the holes drilled. We've got our wiring harness just run through the main harness grommet into the cabin here, and then we've got the relay hooked up and mounted to the chassis, the positive to the battery, and then the ground to the chassis ground here. And now we're just going to go ahead and run the light bar wiring up from the bottom under here, and it's kind of just piped or plumbed all the way up the side here. I'm going to hook it into this factory harness and then run it up through the roof, and then run our new Deutsch connector through the top with the grommet, and I'll show you guys the hookup for the grommet, and then we'll plug it all in, make sure it all works, and then button everything back up. All right, we've got all the wiring and everything run. We're gonna go ahead and do this silicone now, just on the on and around the grommet. So I'm just kind of like filling the bottom area of the roof with silicone for the wiring. Ah, we've got way too much coming out. And I'm also just resealing the original seals for the roof rack. because that will all need to be done at the same time.
It looks so fucked.
Alright, so the battery's gonna die really fast here, so I'm just gonna fire up the light bar and show you guys how bright it is, because I've got it all wired up and everything, and I'm just gonna finish tucking all the wires and stuff, but here we go.
Okay, so headlights.
That's so bright.
Dude, holy fuck.
Very bright. I like. Oh la la. So we're finishing off today's video on the phone camera just because I wanted to go out and show you guys just how bright the light bar is compared to everything else on the truck. So as you can tell, my headlights are pretty bright. I'm just gonna wait for this car to pass. Okay, so these are my headlights, those are my high beams, and here is the light bar. Pretty damn bright. Okay, so low beams, ditch lights, light bar, ditch lights, high beams, everything. Pretty bright. This is just on city streets. I'll definitely get some videos of it off-road when I take this thing fully kitted out finally off-road, where it's like pitch black. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Peace out. I'll see you in the next video.